Welcome back, artists. Today we are starting a 2-week lesson on making torn paper collages of flowers. Now that we're moving into spring, we're going to start a spring flowers series for our art class. And this first week, we are going to actually sketch Hawaii's state flower, the yellow hibiscus. In fact, it's going to end up being any color you want, or maybe a range of different colors. But we're going to sketch the hibiscus, and then we're going to outline it in Sharpie. So the 3 things you're going to need for our class today is a piece of that masterpiece paper, or that thicker kind of not printer paper, cardstock white paper that we're going to put in the vertical direction, the portrait direction. And you're going to need a nice sharp pencil with an eraser, and eventually our fatter tipped Sharpie. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And what I want you to remember is drawing a hibiscus. I'm going to give you the blueprint for it, but it's going to come out in your own unique way. So you can go ahead and follow along with my version of the hibiscus. And if you have certain details that you would like to add, or yours comes out very different than mine, it's still going to be a perfect hibiscus. So here we go. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start about in the middle of your page, and you're just going to draw this kind of part of a half circle. And then from this half circle, you're going to bring up 2 lines that get thicker on the bottom and thinner at the top. So you have this little half circle, and then these 2 lines from the edges that go up. And then on this, we're going to start just drawing a few little circles, okay? So they can go, the placement of them is up to you. It's not so important as long as you get a few circles up there. I kind of put bigger ones at the bottom and smaller ones towards the top, but again, that's totally up to you. You can even put some out on the edges, so off the side, okay? So once you have those circles put all over there, and then maybe one right at the top here, then we're gonna put 3 circles above it. 1 on top, 1 above and to the side, and 1 above and to the other side. So 3 more circles, just like that. And then you're gonna attach those circles with little lines. So those circles can still be attached to this kind of strange cone shape. Okay, so this is the piece that grows out of our hibiscus flower. It has the little pollen molecules on there. From here, we're gonna start drawing the petals, and the petals are gonna overlap. So you're gonna start at this bottom corner, and you're gonna draw another big sweeping half circle, okay? And like I said, it's gonna be like a pinwheel where the petals kind of overlap around each other. So first you're gonna draw this one, and then you're gonna come off to the side of our cone shape, and you're gonna draw a whole petal that comes out and then connects in behind this one. Remember, do the best you can. It's not gonna be exactly the same as mine, okay? Then you're gonna start from kind of towards the top of this cone shape, and you're gonna fly your petal up, and then you're gonna give that petal a little bit of a curved outside section and come back down. Now, from here, you're gonna take your pencil and you're gonna find a spot right on this corner or this curve of your little cone. So we have these 3 that are starting over here. Now we're gonna start one that goes up and behind this part. So I want you to bring your curved circle up like this. So you're gonna start here, and you're gonna work it towards this little outer third circle off the top. Again, if it comes out behind it, if it doesn't touch it, no big deal. If it's smaller and comes back here, I just want you to try to work some 3-dimensional, so it kind of looks like it's coming off the page, and these petals are growing off the page. So from here, up and behind. Again, not too much erasing, just do the best you can. I don't want you to think that you've made a mistake and then you're erasing this masterpiece paper, and remember, those pencil lines are hard to take off. So then this keeps growing up, and then you can add that little flowing petal shape behind it like that and grow it back in. And then you can do the same thing from this corner right here. And we can grow this one down first and then out and up. And we're gonna connect that one back behind this one here. And then we're just gonna finish this petal by joining this kind of ruffly edge all the way down. And there you have the basis, kind of the basic form and structure of your flower. So if you wanna erase any, for example, I might come over here and I might make this edge a little bit wider. Yeah, so I see that I have some pencil line that stays behind because I didn't draw as lightly as maybe I should have. And I'm just gonna move this out a little bit because I want that to be a little bit bigger, not so skinny in that section. So if there's any little areas that you feel like you wanna adjust, now's your time to adjust kind of the shape of those petals. But the most important thing is having them look like they're this pinwheel where they're overlapping, because that's a really unique feature of the hibiscus flower. And then from here, we're just gonna draw 2 little leaves. Now, again, it's up to you. Maybe you wanna do your leaves different. Maybe you wanna show your stem growing out. Maybe you want your leaves up here. I'm just gonna do basic 2 leaves right down here growing out from underneath. So I'm gonna start a little kind of semicircle on this petal, my petal off to the side here, and I'm gonna grow a leaf down, and I'm gonna give it kind of like a little point and then grow it back up and in. Your leaf does not have to look exactly like that shape. It might just be 2 half circles, and I'm gonna draw that line that kind of shows the leaf has 2 separate parts, right? And maybe I even wanna put some veins in my leaf, right? And then I'm gonna do the same thing over here on the other side. So I'm gonna try to match that semicircle, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna draw it down first, and then I kind of have this little point, and then I'm gonna draw that point up and back so it's skinny and then big again. And then I'm gonna draw the inside of my leaf and then the same kind of sketched veins, okay? And that's it. That's all we're gonna do for drawing today. So again, change any of your last little details. And then what I want you to do next is we're gonna Sharpie the outline of this flower. So where we're going with this is the flower is gonna be outlined in Sharpie, and then next week on our next lesson, we're gonna begin by tearing up pieces of construction paper, maybe origami paper or glitter paper, and you're gonna be using torn pieces of paper to start gluing and adding color to our hibiscus, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start outlining this, and because you don't need to watch me do that whole thing, I'm gonna switch over now to fast time. Remember, I'm gonna outline the whole thing in Sharpie, and then I'm gonna go ahead and erase all the pencil lines from underneath, and then we will have our blueprint of our hibiscus to start our torn paper collage next week. So go ahead now and get your Sharpie on.